Hey everybody, Graham with Splash Tanks here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I am super stoked. We're gonna be making a river tank. I want to make a river tank for a while and it's finally here. We're doing it. This is a 50-gallon low iron rimless aquarium. It's gonna look really good. I'm super stoked about it. Everything I have today will be linked in the description below, so go check that out. But all right guys, I'm super stoked. Enough talk, let's get into it.
I already painted the background of this tank, so if you want to see that, check out this video. And I'm going to start out with some egg crate. Now the reason I'm doing this is I'm going to put this at the bottom of the tank because there will be a lot of rocks in this tank. So this will help distribute the weight, not scratch, chip, or break any glass. As we know, tanks are expensive enough as it is, so we're trying to do everything we can to make sure it stays all good and we don't have to switch it out. And first I have fluorite, that's clay, that's for plants and nutrients, and it also doesn't change their water parameters. And that's just Landon Namale river sand. I think it'll add a nice look. Always make sure you rinse both the clay and the river sand because it'll make your tank extremely dirty, as you can see from that water. So rinse it very thoroughly before you put it in. Now I'm only trying to put this in the back edges of the tank. As you can see, the front egg crate doesn't go all the way to the front because I want it to just be sand because you'll be able to see that from the front view. And this really nice piece of driftwood I actually got from my local fish store. You can definitely order driftwood online, but I just love seeing the driftwood in person and just envisioning how it'll look exactly and the size in the tank that I want to do. This is a beautiful piece. Now, as you can see, the driftwood is sitting on the ground right now, and I'm starting to put sand around it. It actually didn't work out to lay flat on the ground like this. I actually lifted up above the rocks, so you'll see that in the future, but it was a good start. Make sure that sand is nice and even all the way around. And here are a bunch of river rocks I got. Some of them are lava rocks from the river as well, which I thought looked so cool. So now I'm just trying to figure out the best looking way to make what I'm envisioning come to life. Now you can see I lifted the wood up and now the rocks fit much better under it, and it also makes a really cool flush look against that left side of the glass. Here's where I'm getting really excited. It's starting to come together and I think it's looking amazing. Next I have some Landon Botanu gravel. It's just natural light color like brown. This is a really nice transition from the larger rocks down to the small rocks all the way down to these little tiny the gravel to the sand. So I'm just spreading it nice and even to try and make it look as natural as possible. And all the plants I gathered are very easy, low maintenance plants. I thought it would do great in this tank. Also, there will be quite a bit of flow in this tank, so I want to make sure they won't get destroyed by the flow. And to ensure that there are no snail eggs on any of my plants, I always bleach them. I use 1 part bleach to 20 parts water, and I put them in there for roughly 45 to 60 seconds. Make sure that you get everything off the plant. We don't need to put any of the stuff that's used to grow them in the new tank. So 45 to 60 seconds is all you need. It should be able to kill any of those snail eggs still remaining. I'm wearing gloves so I don't exactly like touching bleach. And then make sure you rinse extremely thoroughly. Now that we're done rinsing, you can put it in water with your dechlorinator. I use Chem Prime. That's a dechlorinator and water conditioner. We're now going to super glue everything in the tank. This type of glue, ethyl cyanocrylate, however you say it, is safe for fish when it's dry. And now I'm just placing the Christmas moss in a good spot where I think it'll look really good, and I'll glue it down once I have it all situated. It's now time to plant the Amazon sword. This is a really tight spot over here. That rock is right in the way, right against the glass, but I would try to dig it out with my little squeezers. I got it in there, and it's gonna look really good. As you can see on this side, you can see the egg crate and that clay that'll actually grow into and give it nutrients. Alright, time to glue everything to the rocks as well. So what I like to do is glue them on little rocks, so that way if you ever want to move it or take it out of the tank, you can just take that little rock out instead of having to rip the plant off a big rock. And that is what it's going to look like. I am super excited. It's so green. The wood looks amazing. All the colors in the rocks just look beautiful when they're wet. I'm super stoked to get this tank going. Now for my filter, I have a Sun HW3000. It is a 5-stage canister filter, and as you can see, that thing has some flow, up to 792 gallons per hour. You gotta be kidding me with that. So I think this tank is gonna have one heck of a flow. I got a bunch of filter sponges. I put them in coarse to fine, and then on the top of that, I put biomedia, along with a couple old filter sponges to help start the tank cycle. I always use a lighter to heat up the tubing. The tubing is very firm if it's not hot at all, so if you just do a light amount of lighter under it, it warms it up enough to be malleable, and then you could actually put it on real easily. I got glass lily pipes to help hide everything. I think they look really cool. They're not very noticeable in the water compared to other things, so I think it looks really good. There's the end result of that lily pipe. That's gonna be the flow. And there's your intake with a surface skimmer as well. I love the surface skimmers because it really keeps it nice and clean, and it helps agitate the water as well. All right, now all that's left to do is heat it up. Now I'm filling this tank with my dechlorinated RO water. Alright, so we're done filling it up. The tank holds water, check, so we don't have water going everywhere. Look at that, that looks amazing. Alright, now it's time to plug it in. Okay, we have flow. Oh yeah, wow, look at that flow. It's gonna be a great river tank. I think the fish are gonna like that a lot. I got this acrylic aquarium light riser to help lift the light up a little bit. I do want to put some plants that grow out of the tank in there as well, and to give that piece of wood that's sticking out of the water a little space. So I think this adds a really nice touch and overall gives it a beautiful appearance. And there is the end result. I am so stoked. This looks even better than I imagined. I'm going to be putting fish in a few weeks after the tank cycles. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. Have a great one.